Hope everybody is doing well this Wednesday. It is hot here in California. I'm sitting outside again, yet waiting on my child to finish up doing what she does with her wrestling practice and everything or whatever. So, want to make sure I did get the reading for y'all today for this week. I will be out of town next week, but I am going to make sure I do get the message out wherever I am. I'm going to make sure I will bring my cards to make sure I bring the spirit message for the week. So the first thing that came out was victory. So if you've been going through spiritual warfare, any type of spiritual battles, not even just spiritual battles, or just waiting on things to come through, but they've been delayed or taking their time, it is showing that the victory is on top. And it could be because of Mercury retrograde that has slowed things down. Could be because of spell work or anything like that might have slowed things down for you, but there is blessings that are coming out on top of this, and it is showing the divine is interceding with this to make sure that you get what you need. And I do see a male ancestor that typically is showing up, that is coming through, which this person has been coming through for a while, for whomever in particular this may be for. If it does not apply, let it fly. But I do see this masculine energy that is showing up, and it is showing that this person is helping to be able to get you what you need or when you need it by. Of course, spirit has their own timing when it comes down to, receiving blessings or whatever it is that they decide to bring into you. And this doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. It could be the paperwork or getting approved for a job, or some type of settlement or check that does come to you. But it is showing masculine energy, which gives me the idea that this is ancestral energy, or you could be working, if you're in another part of ATR, it could be another male spirit that is showing up to make sure that you do have to be able to receive what it is that you may need. Now, I do see some of you who might have been going through transformations might be coming out, and again, the victory card is showing up, which means that you could be passing your tests, getting all of the things together that you needed to break those karmic cycles to make the necessary changes that you needed to make, and it is showing improvement on your behalf. So you're coming through this transformation with ease and with promise for good things or good measures, or a major life change that needs to happen. Some of you might be actually going through a transformation period, and this could be a soft transformation, or it could deal more with your spiritual gifts. That this could be it as to why this transformation needs to happen. Maybe you're getting an upgrade when it comes down to your spiritual abilities. Maybe they're becoming more stronger. You might be having one spiritual gift that might be opening up more than the other, and so you might have to give a little time and a little energy and put in a little effort into it to build it up, because it is new, because it is different. And again, with the offering card that came on top of this feminine energy, this could be, like I said, dealing with spiritual gifts. And so that's how I'm looking at it, and the message that I'm getting from that as well. Some of you could be going through this transformation too, to be able to release blockages, dealing with your ancestors, because the bloodline card came out behind it, which means that there could be something that is going on with a female ancestor as well, that needs to be fixed. And so the ancestors have been showing up for quite a bit these last couple of months since I've been reading, and it is showing dealing with the bloodline. So when it comes down to that, is making sure that you are giving offerings, making sure that you are taking time to dedicate, a day, or within that day, giving a couple of hours to your ancestors to be able to establish this relationship, or ever to fix what needs to be fixed in your bloodline. And it is showing giving way, because there could be some blockages that have been happening, and it has to deal with your bloodline. So whether this has been from a generational curse, or families do sometimes, I could just say from personal experience, where sometimes it could be that a relative in the family did something towards somebody else in the family, which is taboo to do, not thinking that this also curses your family. And so so when that happens, typically you have to break those chains. You have to fix what is broken, what is messed up, to be able to move forward or have some type of momentum going, to change the narrative of what's happening or what has happened in your bloodline. From what I see, it could be dealing with communication in the family as well. So whether it's you having a disconnect with certain family members, not being able to reach out or be able to be connected to certain family members that you would love to have a connection with. Some of you may be adopted. Some of you may not know your family because of the blockages or breaks that have happened in the family. And so because of that, it could be that there's a connection or a reconciliation that happens because you start to do the work with your ancestors and things begin to heal. When I see the words card come out, this is talking about communication, but it also could be, you know what I'm saying, watching the way that you speak to your family, so then that way you're not repeating a certain cycle as well. It could be problems within the family that have to deal with money, because that was the last card that came out. So it could be something dealing with that. It could be that, you know what I'm saying, somebody has passed away in the family and you are trying to get something that's owed to you, but there's a blockage that has happened, but something comes out. There's some type of communication that comes in that says you're going to get this money. Whatever is owed to you is going to be given to you. And so that's what I kind of got from off of that. So now we'll pull from the oracle cards just to see any of the messages that might come out in regards for messages this week. Any other messages? Any other messages? First card out is Memories of Love. This is kind of like connected to what I was talking about, something dealing with the past. Maybe it has to deal again with the family or reconciliation, reconnecting with family, or having to be able to meet family that you have never connected with before that you want to know. Maybe because you have been adopted, or maybe because you've been disconnected from the family. Something comes in where it is this connection between you and reconciling with this family. Some of you, it could be very emotional, because you have to, you know, understand, or you find out things from the family that you never knew about them. So it could be something that's shocking, or it can be overly emotional for you, and you have to deal with it. But the whole card comes out, which means that there's a change. There's something that, you know, happens where this is supposed to happen, how it's supposed to happen, so that things could be able to move forward. It does bring about a newness, when it comes down to it, that makes you look at things from a different perspective. Even if it's dealing with personal relationships, everything is showing about foundation and some type of money that does come in, because then we have the spiritual union, which is about love, balance, peace, restoration, again, reconciliation, communications. And then we have the foundation achievement card, which would be represented by the 10 of Pentacles in the regular tarot. And which is about, you know, a strong, solid foundation, breaking something down to be rebuilt back up, and it's on a solid foundation. But then there's also money that's attached to it, that comes in with it. And of course, looking at this as a 10 of Pentacles would, you know, definitely, or 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups, sorry, 10 of Cups, would also be emotional fulfillment, but then also something that you're very passionate about, or something that has to deal again with family, but there's also some type of monetary support. If it's starting something new, again, the Love Begins card came out, which is confirmation on, you know, that things will be for your benefit. Accelerated motion, things moving forward and pretty fast, that happen for you at the bottom of the deck. Financial and material changes. So basically, they just confirmed everything that I had already said that is happening or what's coming in. Again, take what resonates and what doesn't. I'll be back, or you can book with me at lotusmhaven.co. www.lotusmhaven.co. You can find me on Instagram at Lotus Mystic Haven, on Facebook Lotus Mystic Haven, TikTok Lotus Mystic Haven. I'm pretty much on all social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, share, like, and make sure that the message gets out to whomever might need it. All right, have a great one.